5 years ago, ASEAN drew a red line. After Myanmar's military seized power in 2021, the regional bloc made an unprecedented decision. Myanmar's military leaders would no longer be welcomed at ASEAN's highest-level meetings. The message was clear: restore peace or stay isolated. But this week, ASEAN quietly did something almost nobody noticed. For the first time in years, its foreign ministers will hold an informal meeting with Myanmar's foreign minister in Bangkok. So, what changed? To understand why this matters, we have to go back to 2021. When the military overthrew the elected government, Myanmar descended into civil war. ASEAN responded with what became known as the 5-point consensus. It called for an immediate end to violence, dialogue among all parties, humanitarian assistance, a special envoy, and a visit by ASEAN representatives. Myanmar agreed. But little changed. The fighting continued. Entire communities were displaced, and over the next 5 years, the conflict claimed more than 100,000 lives, while forcing millions from their homes. For years, ASEAN insisted that Myanmar must make meaningful progress before returning to normal regional diplomacy. Now, the order appears to be changing. Instead of waiting for peace, ASEAN is choosing to talk first. Officials describe the meeting as an effort to encourage dialogue and reconciliation. Thailand has been one of the strongest supporters of this approach, arguing that continued isolation has produced few results. Notice what ASEAN did not announce. It did not declare the crisis over. It did not endorse Myanmar's political system. It simply opened the door that had been kept mostly closed for 5 years. There are several reasons. First, Myanmar now has a new army-backed civilian government following elections earlier this year, even though those elections remain controversial and were not endorsed by ASEAN as free and inclusive. Second, regional leaders have reached an uncomfortable conclusion. Ignoring Myanmar has not ended the war. Third, Myanmar is too important to leave outside ASEAN indefinitely. It borders China, it borders India, it borders Thailand. Instability inside Myanmar doesn't stay inside Myanmar. It spills across borders through refugees, armed groups, and cross-border crime. For ASEAN, this is no longer just a Myanmar problem. It's a regional security problem. This tells us something important about ASEAN itself. Unlike NATO, ASEAN rarely uses confrontation. It prefers consensus, quiet diplomacy, and gradual engagement. Critics call that weakness. Supporters call it realism, because ASEAN has no army, no sanctions mechanism, and no power to force a member state to change. Its only real leverage is keeping countries talking. This week's meeting reflects that philosophy. Did ASEAN abandon its principles? Not exactly. Its official peace framework remains unchanged, but its strategy is evolving. After 5 years of waiting for Myanmar to take the first step, ASEAN has decided to make the first move instead. Whether that leads to peace or simply normalizes a conflict that remains unresolved may become one of Southeast Asia's biggest diplomatic questions in the years ahead.
Thank you for watching Pastcast, where the past echoes through today. If you enjoyed the satire, scrolls, and scandals, like, subscribe, and ring the bell before the next empire falls.